Spanish flu. The exact number of the pandemic, which is considered the most devastating in history, is unknown. A century later, the origin of this pandemic that did not understand borders or social classes is still known. High fever, airship, body fatigue, and occasional vomiting were the symptoms of these diseases. Most people who died during the pandemic succumbed to secondary bacterial pneumonia. Its antibiotics were not available. It was autumn 1980 when Pepe caught the virus of a disease that everyone ended up calling Spanish flu, and which went down in history as the worst pandemic of the 20th century after leaving behind some 50 million dead. To observe so many deaths at that time, it gives a great value to life and the fact of taking care of us from deadly diseases. H1N1 influenza. The origin of the infection is a variant of the H1N1 strain, same with genetic material from an avian strain to one strain and a human strain that mutated and jumped between species from pigs to humans. 9 and the allowed. I remember I was 6 years old when I caught the disease. I was quarantined in a room. I lived with my mother, father, two brothers, and three other family members. They all wore masks and never entered the room, Sardo said. It is believed that in each situation it is essential to control social alarm by providing adequate, balanced, and measured information in order to avoid a rational Black Plague. The Black Death was the most devastating plague pandemic in human history, according to contemporary knowledge. The pandemic first broke out of Asia and then reached Europe, took trade routes, introduced by ciphers. The social consequences of Black Death reached far and wide. I was 4 years old when I was sick. Next door, one of my classmates in kindergarten also got sick. We called the doctor and he offered us an injection. The only hope that we could be saved. My parents accepted but our October did not. The next morning I woke up with a slight improvement, but the other child had died. At last this is the story. Through history, there have been few occasions more conducive to revealing on mortality itself than pandemics. Of these, the Black Death has been the most devastating. It still pervades the magic of the Dark Age that many people have of the Middle Ages. Coronavirus. Coronavirus disease COVID-19 is an infectious disease caused by a recently discovered coronavirus. Most people infected with COVID-19 have mild to moderate respiratory illness and recover without special treatment. Older people and those with underlying medical conditions such as cardiovascular disease, diabetes, chronic respiratory disease, or cancer. And I am 26 years old. I arrived from Spain on Tuesday. March 10 with a very sore throat and nasal congestion. Inevitably, I thought it was house flu because Madrid and bed with cold. This is the first, and I will did the most common mistake and income make, believing that these diseases don't happen to you. The weekend do a human reality in which race, economic condition, and social status should not matter, though you understand that we are equal in any situation.